Hey guys, Arduino over here with an upgrade on a small project I did a while ago where I connected an Arduino. I powered an Arduino with a cell phone charger to turn on a decoration piece, RGB. And so the thing is that the way I had to turn it on and off was toggling with the object detection sensor. But you had to hold your hand off until the end of the cycle. But now you don't, as you see that it turned off. Now I achieved this by using a function called interrupters. I've made videos before. You see all I have to put is my hand once and it'll turn off. There you go. And I've made videos before and I've used it in projects before. But since this is a small project with not a lot going on in the sketch, it's probably a better way of showing you one of the ways you can use the Arduino's hardware, interrupts hardware for your projects. So let's take a look at the sketch. I've shown you the sketch for this project in a previous video. So now all I am going to do is actually just explain to you how the interrupt function works on it. So I start off by creating the interrupt function by using this code. It attaches an interrupt pin, which is this first variable over here, to a function, which I'll show you down below, and you have three modes to choose from. Either when the sensor is going from 1 to 0, which is falling, which is my case, or from 0 to 1, which is rising, or changing when it's changing states. But I'm using falling in this case. In other words, every time the sensor immediately, as soon as the sensor falls from 1 to 0, the parallel hardware of the Arduino, which is working at the same time as the loop, will detect that signal immediately and act accordingly. Now, you cannot do complicated processes in these functions. It's not like a side function like this one over here, where you can do for loops and you can use delays. When you're working with interrupt functions, you can't use delays very well, and even some functions, they don't work very well. It has to be very short and very simple, like you see over here, which is simply changing a variable. So each time and immediately, as soon as the sensor detects an object, a presence of an object, it will send out the signal 0, which will immediately set the variable object detected to 1, no matter where it is on the loop. And that is why you can just put your hand over on top of the sensor, give it the signal, and then take your hand away because the variable was already changed. In other ways, you would have to wait for the for loop to finish, or have it inputted in code in every single for loop. So this is a very practical and very simple way of demonstrating how useful and how important the interrupt functions are on the Arduino. So as you can see, the interrupt hardware of the Arduino is a very useful tool and can really bring your projects up to the next level. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.